What is up? This is Eddie and Eddie, and welcome to another video on the channel here for you guys today. And before we start off this video, if we can hit 15 likes on this video, that would mean the absolute world. And if any of you guys are new channel, please do consider subscribing, as we are very close hitting 2.3k, which would be absolutely mental. But anyway, we'll get kicked off with the title of the video where I am going to be predicting the EFL Championship season, season table for the 2021 for the 2022 season. So we'll kick it all off, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy. As you guys currently see on the screen, there are our three teams in the bottom three that I have gone with. I've decided to go with Derby County in 24th. The reason why Derby County is because I think Derby County is a big cloud over Derby County at the moment. Obviously, they can't really sign players, you know, at the moment either. Obviously, you know, they had a very bad end to the last season, bad ownership, bit of a negative playing style as well under Wayne Rooney, and I think they will get relegated, and I think they've already lost. I think they've only got 14 registered players, not many, you know. So I think Derby County will struggle this season. I put them 24th. So 23rd went with Blackpool. It's a tough one to put Blackpool where they'll finish. I think they will give it a go. I think it will be a tight bottom table, you know, the bottom three. I don't think they'll go down by much, but I do think Blackpool will struggle. You know, we've already heard numerous reports of Jerry Yates linked to other clubs and a few of their other good players, but I'd like Blackpool to stay up personally, because I quite like Blackpool, but I've decided to go in 23rd. 22nd, I've decided to hold because of their transfer embargo that they're under in real life, and I think their signings that they've made and the players they let go have pretty much been okay. You know, I wouldn't say they have any standout players in their team, really, unlike when they had, you know, Bowen and Grzycki. I think they will get relegated, but by the skin of their teeth. So that is my relegation 3. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Okay, so now we've gone from 21st all the way up to 15th, and this is where I think the pack will be down there. I've decided to go with Coventry in 21st. Was a tough one to put Coventry there, I can't lie, but I think they haven't really over-impressed me with the signings that they've made. I think obviously losing one of their best players last season as well in Oystergaard, and also letting go of their first choice goalkeeper too. And they've signed Simon Moore, who's okay, you know, for the Championship. Ena Bakare, who is a decent player, but obviously he's quite injury prone. And yeah, I think they will finish down there. And they've also lost that. No, did they sign Ben Sheaf again? I can't really remember. I think Coventry 21st. I might be harsh on Coventry, but I think 21st. 20th, I've gone with Huddersfield. I think their signings have been odd as well. I didn't expect them to go down the route they did in terms of their signing. They signed a lot of League One okayish players like Lee Nichols from MK Dons, and Trutton from Blackpool, and Jordan Rhodes from Sheffield Wednesday. I think it's okay signings. I think they will stay up. They might even push higher. I don't know. It's such a tough division to predict. We're going to go with Barnsley 19th. I think this one might come a bit of a shock to you guys, but I think it might be understandable why I explain. Barnsley have lost their CEO to Nottingham Forest. They've lost their best player in Alex Mowatt to West Brom. They've lost their manager to West Brom as well. And like I said, various other players like Callum Styles and linked to Premier League moves. I think it's fair putting Barnsley 19th. Peterborough 18th. I think Peterborough will stay up. I think the only thing that could let them down is their defence. But in terms of attacking wise, you know, you've got Schemodics, Sulika Dembele, and obviously Clark Harris. Fantastic forward players, and I do think Peterborough will stay up. 17th, I've gone with Bristol City under Nigel Pearson. I think they didn't impress me whatsoever under Nigel Pearson. I think Nigel Pearson doesn't really suit Bristol City either. He could do well, he might do well. They've signed Andy King and Matty James, which are quite good signings to RC and ex-Nigel Pearson players at Leicester City. 17th, I think, I don't know. They could push higher, but I personally can't see it. I think they might. I think what might happen is where they might, you know, go on a run, do well, and then I think they'll do what they kind of did this season and kind of, you know, slowly drip down the table. 16th gone with Luton. I think that I think 16th is fair for Luton. They finished 15th last season, pretty much the same thing. 15th and 16th doesn't really make too much difference. Their signings, I mean, they made a lot of signings, but I wouldn't say any massive name really. They signed Leicester City's young striker, they've signed Cameron Jerome, Lansbury, who's quite a good midfielder, they've signed a lot of players, but I wouldn't say anybody massively that stands out, to be honest, to me. And 15th went with Blackburn. I think Adam Armstrong will lead Blackburn. I think Blackburn will be put in a bit of a shadow of a doubt under Tony Mowbray. I think they're looking a bit stale, I would say. I do think Blackburn need to freshen it up. But then again, they are starting to build from their youth, which I think is quite key. So they could do well next season. So there we go. That is up to 15th. Now we're going to go from 14th all the way up to 7th. Here we are, and now we are gone from 14th all the way up to 7th. So we've decided to go with Preston North End in 14th. I think Preston North End, I think, are a club which I've always thought of getting so close, but they've kind of dwindled recently under Alex Neil, and then obviously he got sacked and replaced by, to be honest, I really don't know who he is. I think his name McCorvey, is it something like that? You know, McCovey, something like that. And they've signed players like Izzy Brown, who's recently got injured, which is a massive loss. I mean, Izzy Brown is a quality player on his day. So Preston 14th, Millwall at 13th. I think Millwall will be in around the mid-table. Maybe they might be a little bit higher in the game. So I think Millwall 13th. I've decided to go with Birmingham City, my club, in 12th. I've tried to be a bit ambitious for Blues. Maybe we, like I said, we always do this where there's so much positivity around the club and then something happens and we just dwindle all the way down. Very good signings as well from us. A manager which understands the league as well. I think that is quite important. And some very good signings. So I've decided to go with us in 12th. 11th might seem a bit of a shock, but let me explain it. In Swansea, right. Swansea. Sacked Cooper, which a lot of Swans fans are angry with. And I don't really get why. You know, like, I'm not angry with, sorry, they're happy with that he's been sacked. I don't really get why. He might play dreadful football, but he got you playoffs back-to-back seasons. You know, maybe you might need something else to maybe freshen it up and, like, try and get you to that push. But a manager which gets you back-to-back playoffs seems like a good manager to me. You know, also brought in fantastic players in the recent years. Players like Jamal Lowe. He's also reintroduced Andre Ayew back to the Swansea side. Mark Guay. You know, something that's a massive loss. Steve Cooper for Swansea. I also think that Swansea are obviously they've lost Andre Ayew, which probably one of the best players in the league last season. So I'll go with Swansea in 11th. I think that's round about fair. Let me know your thoughts. And they look to appoint a manager, which, no offence, not much pedigree compared to... then again, Steve Cooper didn't have a massive pedigree either, so maybe I could be wrong, but that's what I think. 10th, Reading. I think Reading will kind of fall back down on their feet again. I think they will have a bit of a playoff push again, but I think they will also dwindle a bit more down than they did after losing Elise, who's a fantastic player. Massive loss for Reading, so I decided to go with Reading in 10th. Cardiff in 9th under Mick McCarthy. I think Cardiff have looked promising under Mick McCarthy. It's a shame that he didn't have enough time to actually push Cardiff into the playoffs. You know, he went on that fantastic winning run of, what was it, 6-7 games win, and then it obviously ended to Huddersfield in a 1-1 draw. QPR, I think QPR will have a very good season in my eyes, but I think they'll just missed out just on quality. They've signed some fantastic players in Charlie Austin, looking to sign Stephanie Ransom back on a permanent, Andre Dozzell, Sam Fields, Jimmy Dunn, I believe, what's his name, Sam McCallum as well. Some fantastic signs there from QPR. Building up from the youth as well, which I like that. I like that a lot. And I think QPR will have a good season. But I feel like the inexperience of Mark Warburton as a manager, as promotion-wise, you know, as a manager, I feel like might come to bite them. And 7th, I've decided to go with Stoke. I think Stoke will finish 7th. They will just miss out on the skin of their teeth, which I'm sorry to say that, Stoke fans. You know, but I think you guys will miss out. You guys have made some fantastic business in Mario Vrankic from Norwich. I think he's a fantastic midfielder. Honestly, he's Premier. I don't know. I wouldn't say he's Premier League quality, but he's too good for the Championship, but not good enough for the Premier League. But I think in the right side, he could potentially be good enough. Tyrese Campbell come back from injury, and also, you know, youngsters. It's always quite handy. So there you go. That's the right 7th. Now let's get on to the top 6. We are now on to the top 6. You guys see, I've decided to go in Nottingham Forest as 6. I think under Chris Hughton, I think Forest could do absolute wonders. I think they will be a hard team to beat in the Championship. I also think, you know, they have a promising squad as well. You know, Brendan Johnson coming back. I think he can honestly tear up the Championship. Players like Joe Lolly as well coming back from injury. Graban, Lyle Taylor, you know, Yates, and they're also looking at some fantastic players they're looking to buy. That was that Zincrancho guy from Watford. I do think they will get him. I think he'd be a fantastic signing. Also looking at James Garner back on a loan as well. If they can maybe get them too, that would be fantastic there for Nottingham Forest. And also quality defenders as well in Worrell and McKenna. And you've also got Samba in net. And they've also signed that American goalkeeper from Club Brugge. Fantastic from Nottingham Forest, in my opinion, that goalkeeping signing. I think Forest will be 6th. Under Houghton, I think Houghton experience in that scenario will take them into the playoffs. Whether they'll win it, though, is another story. Middlesbrough 5th, I think, under Neil Warnock. I think Middlesbrough could be a tough unit to break down. However, I think they will be a team which I think won't score many, to be honest. You know, I mean, look at their most signings that they're linked with and the players they've got in as Sombalonga and Ashley Fletcher. They've got 2 of their first-team strikers. But yeah, Middlesbrough, I think 5th. I think Neil Warnock will do well at Middlesbrough. Maybe, you know, I like to go with shocks. You know, I like to go with shocks in table predictions. And I think I've gone with 2 surprising candidates there. But you guys probably understand my reasoning. We've gone with Bournemouth in 4th. I think Bournemouth and Scott Parker, another manager with that promotion experience. And they've also made a fantastic signing in Marcondes as well. I think Bournemouth are a good team, a very good team. I think they were ashamed to miss out, you know, on promotion. You know, I think their inexperience of Jonathan Woodgate came in. And Sheffield United go 3rd under Slavica Jokanovic and the manager, which is so experienced in the Championship. I think Sheffield United will be slow starters, but I think they will get more to the grip of it and start, you know, to do more. But then again, maybe I might be being a bit too nice. But then again, maybe I'm not, because let's face it, Sheffield United's team in the Premier League was a Championship team. You know, you've got only a few players in there you could argue that are Premier League players, maybe Aaron Ramsdale, Sander Berg, you know, them players. But you look at their team, you've got Oliver Norwood, fantastic player for the Championship. Ollie McBurney and Brewster, fantastic in the Championship. You know, players like Ender Stevens, George Baldock, who I think actually got released, actually, if I'm not wrong. But there we go. That's my top 6, and now we're going to move on to the top 2, and you guys probably know who them 2 are. Well, here we are at the final 2, and I've decided to go with West Brom in 2nd place, get automatic promotion. I think West Brom are a squad which I think, if they can manage, you know, to keep some of the quieter players that they've already got, I think they could honestly go straight back up. You look at their team, you know, you got Sami Ajaya, Kieran Gibbs, Furlong, you know, some really, honestly, good players. Kenneth Zahor, Matty Phillips, all really good players for the Championship. And I do think West Brom, and Carlon Grant as well, you know, he completely tore up the Championship, Huddersfield. Could he do it at West Brom? Maybe. And also the introduction of Alex Moat and Matt Clark, some fantastic signings there. Matt Clark, I believe, won Player of the Season at Derby County, and also was a fantastic defender, you know, more importantly. And Alex Moat as well, I think Barnsley's best player which I'd have absolutely loved at Blues. Captain as well, leader, brilliant pass for the ball, and I think Barnsley. I think West Brom will go straight back up. Fulham, I've decided to go with 1st. I think the appointment of Marco Silva is bizarre good, if that makes any sense. You know, it was, I don't know why he dropped down to the Championship, but I think he could do well. I think Fulham do have the good enough players, you know, to play the football that Marco Silva probably want to play, fast, attacking, attractive football. You look at names like Mitrovic, Bobby Reed, you know, Tom Kearney, Brian, you know, all fantastic players, you know, and I think Fulham will go straight back up. So, let me know your thoughts on your Championship prediction. Let me know your thoughts on my Championship predictions. Let me know your Championship predictions and what you would change in this video. So, honestly, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, please do. You guys can see below you guys right there, Instagram and Twitter. Honestly, drop a follow me in the absolute world. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys have an absolutely amazing rest of your day. Take care, much love. Speak to you all soon.